Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast. My name is Jack, and today we are reviewing Monday Night Raw. A Monday Night Raw where I only watched half of it live and half of it just now before I hit record because I was so shattered after Sunday, I couldn't stay up for it and I had to go to sleep. And the annoying bit is, if I'd stayed up for the live bit, I would have seen the better bits live. But oh well, stuff happens, doesn't it? But we shall kick off with tonight's Monday Night Raw with Dean Ambrose, because that's what kicked off the show, so we might as well start there. Dean Ambrose, he came out to the ring with Charlie Caruso, and they were talking about whether Dean was going to leave the Shield and whatnot, and Dean said, the Shield isn't a business, the Shield is a brotherhood. We don't turn our backs on one another. And, just how was Seth feeling backstage with all this? That was going on. Dean was like, yeah, I thought about leaving the Shield. I thought about a lot of things. I'm a thinker. And I can't just turn my back on brothers. You know what I mean? And then, as he was finishing up, Baron Corbin came out and said, look, Dean, you've got three options for tonight. You can either face Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental title, Roman Reigns for the Universal title, or you can face Braun Strowman tonight, right now. And if I was Dean Ambrose, I would have been like, yeah, I'll face Roman. Try and get the big belt. Like, it's not that we hate each other. It's just a friendly competition to see who wins the belt, because I want a belt. I want a belt. Belts are the main thing. But no, Dean Ambrose says, what about a secret fourth option where I whip your ass right now? And Baron Corbin said, no. Because you didn't choose, you get to face Braun Strowman. There you go. So Dean missed out on picking a title match with one of his brothers over. If that was me, I would have picked a title match, because he want a title, man. Titles are the main thing. They're the money maker in wrestling companies. But oh well. So we had the match: Braun Strowman versus Dean Ambrose. It was a typical Braun Strowman match. Braun Strowman was all over him, and then Dean Ambrose managed to get that babyface kind of fire in him, tried to get back into it before Braun Strowman finally got him down, hit one running slam on him, running power slam, before Roman Reigns' music hits. Roman comes out and attacks Braun Strowman, having a DQ victory for Braun. So, Dean Ambrose was about to be beat, to be fair, and Roman, as he clarified earlier up in the promo, he didn't want Dean to get hurt, so he came out, stopped the match, and attacked Braun Strowman. And then, did Dolph and Drew come out? No, I don't think they did. I can't remember. I think they did. I think everyone came out, because, yeah, Seth came out, and then Baron Corbin, everyone came out and started brawling, and Baron Corbin came out and said, no, this isn't going to happen. Roman, you're going to face Dolph Ziggler. Drew McIntyre, you're going to face Seth Rollins. Roman and Dolph, you're going to go right now. And that's what happens. Roman and Dolph faced off. Roman was like, right, we're putting the title on the line. Here you go, ref. Put the title on the line. Lift it up right now. Before Baron Corbin came out and said, no, we're not having the title on the line. This is going to be a non-title match. Seth and Drew's match is going to be a non-title match. You're not going to defend the title until Saudi Arabia. Which, again, I was like, you've just legitimately screwed over Dolph by not having the title on the line. Because if Dolph wins, he's now Universal Champion. Therefore, the Shield is a bit weaker, which is what Baron Corbin wants, surely. But apparently he doesn't want Roman to lose the title. So, brilliant. Like, I don't know what was going on. So, yeah, Dolph and Roman had a match. Roman Reigns won, because he wasn't going to lose against Dolph Ziggler, to be honest. Let's be honest. But it didn't matter, because it was a non-title match, and nothing happened afterwards. It was just Roman won with a spear, played up to the crowd, and then buggered off backstage. Nothing happened. If it was a Universal title match, it could have added a bit more excitement into it, but no, it wasn't. Next up, we had the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott, the Double R's facing off against each other. This was quite a decent match, to be fair. Ronda hulked up again like she usually does. Once again, it was Ruby quite on top of Ronda. Ronda kind of hulking up, and then Ronda doing her Samoan drop twisty thing, whatever it's called, and then the armbar. Ruby Riott taps out. This is all just playing into Saturday, into the Australian Super Showdown. Not much more to say about it, really. Ronda wasn't going to lose, maybe by DQ or anything like that, but yeah, she won. I think it was about a 10-minute match. So she won that, and Ruby Riott still looked strong because she still had her on top of Ronda for a little bit of the match. Nothing more to say. Next up, we had another kind of match in this feud, I guess you can call it, between Bobby Roode and Conor of the Ascension, with Chad Gable and Bobby Roode's side and Victor in the Conor's side. And once again, Conor picked up a victory. 2 weeks in a row, he's picked up singles victory. Is he going to get a mad push? It's insane. I don't get what's going on. Victor kind of attacked Chad Gable on the outside, and then that distracted Bobby Roode. Conor managed to hit his finisher move onto Bobby Roode and won the match. 1, 2, 3. And it was just... what? 2 weeks in a row. So... mad, absolute madness for Conor. I'm like, blah, speechless. Moving on. We had the B team. We haven't seen the B team in a few weeks. They faced the Revival, who I'm pretty sure are going out the door soon, because once again the Revival got a jobbers entrance and they lost to the B team. I don't know how they can come back from this in the WWE. They're clearly getting shafted. They're clearly one of the best tag teams around the world, in all honesty, and they're just being booked like they're nothing. They're losing to the B team, who are a comedy act, and yeah, it's just a bit annoying. But what happened afterwards was the talking point. B team won, they beat the Revival, walked up the ramp before being attacked by the AOP and Drake Maverick with his leather jacket on, looking all swish. They just destroyed the B team. So I assume that's going to be the feud going forward, to give the B team some TV time, because you haven't seen them in a bit. And AOP have another rivalry where I assume they're just going to demolish through tag teams until they get to the top, whether that's with Drew or Dolph still in the picture, or maybe another team as Raw tag team titles. But before long, AOP should be champions. Probably maybe by Royal Rumble. Maybe that's a bit too early. I'm not too sure. But at some point, they're gonna be Raw tag team champions. Next up, we had the Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins match, which once again was quite a decent match between these two. Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins could have a decent match with anybody. So when you put them together, it's going to be a decent match. And once again, it ended with Dolph Ziggler coming out, causing the distraction. Seth Rollins was about to hit his curb stomp. Dolph Ziggler came out, causing the distraction, and then he kind of slid into the ring, then out the other side. So he slid in at the ramp and then slid out on the right hand side. Just kind of looked like all in one motion, just slid out. That distracted Seth enough. Drew McIntyre hits the Claymore on Seth Rollins. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre should be Intercontinental Champion, but he's not. So what can you do? Because Baron Corbin's an idiot. Even though I love Baron Corbin, he's a bloody idiot. After this, we had literally instantly, once Drew pinned Seth, Dolph came in, kicked the crap out of Seth. They're both kicking the crap out of Seth. Roman Reigns came out, tried to fight back, tried to get him. Braun Strowman's music hit, distracted Roman. That got the upper hand for Drew and Dolph. And then Dean Ambrose's music hit. He had an axe handle. He started swinging his axe handle about before Braun Strowman just bulldozed him. And Drew, Dolph and Braun all got the upper hand on the Shield. And as you can see from the thumbnail, they did their Shield fists in over the top of all three members of the Shield. It's been done quite a lot by people who aren't the Shields, but it's still a cool little moment, isn't it? So, yeah, Drew wins the match, should be Intercontinental Champion, and they get the upper hand, so no doubt they'll lose. Next up, we had Kevin Owens and Elias in the ring, and Elias mentioned how I think the Seattle basketball, because it was in Seattle, the Seattle basketball team up sticks and left to go somewhere else, and it was I think it was about 5-10 minutes of constant boos. The amount of heat that Elias and Kevin Owens drew from this crowd was incredible. It was constant, non-stop booing and chanting, and constant. They proper played the crowd perfectly. Before Lio Rush came out, hyped up Bobby Lashley, before Kevin Owens beat Bobby Lashley. Yeah, Bobby Lashley hasn't had the best of times recently. Kevin Owens should be beating Bobby Lashley, but obviously this plays into Saturday as well, with Bobby Lashley and John Cena facing Elias. And Kevin Owens, you would assume with John Cena coming back, he's not going to lose, especially not a house show, if you will. So, yeah, Kevin Owens is probably going to take the pin as well, which is sad times. But for the main event match, it was the main event match. There was something that happened after it, but it wasn't the match. So this is the main event match. We had Bayley defeat Alicia Fox, and there's not much to say in this match. It was just a mixed match challenge kind of promotional thing. Bayley won pretty clean. Jinder Mahal tried to distract Bayley. Bayley kicked him in the face. Finn Balor, who was also at ringside, sling blade to Jinder Mahal. Bayley to belly, and Bayley won. End of that. But the main event of the evening was Shawn Michaels coming out and talking about, you guessed it, Australia this Saturday, Super Showdown, as they keep on saying. And he bigged up how, Kane was in the Undertaker's corner and he was in Triple H's corner. And before you know it, Kane's music hit, and the crowd were like, oh my god, there's going to be a big fight going on. Kane appeared behind Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels turned around, and then lovely little uppercut from Kane to Shawn Michaels. Spit flew everywhere. It was beautiful to see. 2 seconds later, the gong hit and Undertaker arrived. The crowd came unglued, as they always say. The crowd went mental. I have to say, the Seattle crowd were incredible for last night. They really did quite well. They were very vocal throughout. And even with the boring matches, if you will, like the Bayley Alicia Fox, or with the B team and the Revival, they were chanting, they were getting involved, which is great to see, and they did fantastically well. So well done, Seattle crowd. Round of applause. Like I said, Undertaker's music hit. He was about to perform a move on Shawn Michaels before Triple H's music hit, and there was a massive brawl between all four men before Undertaker and Kane chokeslams both Shawn Michaels and Triple H straight to hell. Interestingly, Undertaker did it to Triple H and Kane did it to Shawn Michaels. Could that mean anything? Not too sure. Undertaker then tombstoned Triple H before him and Kane walked up the ramp, did their signature look back behind and the fists up in the air, while Shawn Michaels and Triple H laid out in the ring. This should mean that Triple H wins on Saturday, but I don't know if they're going to bring The Undertaker back, especially if they're going to do an Undertaker-Shawn Michaels match. I don't know if they're going to have The Undertaker lose. I'm still not sure. We'll have to wait and see. For this Saturday Super Showdown, I should work for the WWE, me. But that was Monday Night Raw. It was below average, I would say. Certainly last week was better by a mile, in my opinion. We still don't know whether Dean's turning on the Shield, or if Drew's turning on the other two, or Dolph's turning on the other two, or Roman and Braun are going to become mates and destroy everyone. I don't know yet. We don't know. We're going to have to see this Saturday, Super Showdown. Oh, I'm going to end it here. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel if you're new around here or you haven't done so already. And I shall see you tonight. I'm actually going to do a SmackDown Live review. I'm actually going to do one. Trust me, I'm going to do it. Last week, I even made a thumbnail for it. Didn't bother doing it. I'm going to do it. I shall see you again tomorrow for SmackDown Live.